Steve, I'm curious to know what for you in the set for Elvis, what were the highlight songs? What were the songs that apparently, the crowd was going wild on Saturday night? Like what were the songs that you really felt the energy, kick back from the crowd for you?
Jeff, it wasn't about the energy, man. This is not that type of show. Yeah, there was energy in some songs, but it was about him crooning.
Right.
And his voice was amazing. It had nothing to do with the music. Music was we had, if you ask me, I was the weakest link on that stage. Just my opinion. But you had two amazing players up there, Ronnie King and Jesse Dayton, and of course Glenn. And we were there to back up Glenn, right? It was different. And it wasn't about the energy. It was about him crooning. And he fucking crooned his ass off. And he sang amazingly. Now, what was it, the second day of rehearsal, Chris? He sang for 7 hours.
7 hours?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is what I don't understand. How, first of all, wouldn't that put, he was doing like full power, not like full power, but like how if you're doing a sound check, you might just, preserve your voice a little bit. He was like full on doing it the whole time for 7 hours.
Yep. They got in there around 2. I showed up around 4, and we were still there for like 5 more hours. I mean, it was all day.
And you just kept going over and over and over the material.
Yeah, we had the room. We had the room from 11 a.m. to 11 at night.
Do you think, did the songs really sort of transform or take shape than how you came in there when you first started?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. The first day I was a little concerned, but there's two guys that Glenn and I have never played with, and playing songs we've never played.
Right.
And I think we all had to just find each other's groove and figure out what it was about, and that's how it came to be. By the second day, felt much more comfortable. So
right.
It was good. It was a blast. I'm glad Chris, Tommy, and Robbie came out to experience it. Hopefully there's more, but who knows? Again, it's a different venue. It's not about energy, man. It's about Glenn bringing to life some of his favorite Elvis songs, and it's all about the voice. It's not about the song. It's about the voice. And when you what was that, Young and Beautiful?
Love that song.
Well, when it's just him and the piano player, and it just gives you chills, right? I mean, it's just good. Amazing. It's me and Jesse stepped off stage, and Glenn stood by the piano, and he sang it, and it was just unbelievable.
What song do you think went over best, Steve?
What's that?
What song do you think went over best?
I think Girl and My Best Friend. I think Fever.
Fever went.
Wow.
Fever went really well.
Yeah, Fever. Maybe Always on My Mind. I think Little Sister went great. The second night we'd actually got Mystery Train down much better because we rehearsed it Sunday afternoon on my hangover.
So that was a last minute addition. Wow.
Yeah, we never went through it. We went through it at the first sound check, and I was like, never played that.
That's something else. So what's interesting, what I'm kind of getting, and this is what I'm picking up as a non-musician here, is that it's almost like you know, as you said, like we're playing with guys who are really good, but guys that Glenn and I have never played with before. So it's almost like part of the chemistry is about feeling comfortable with those other people. It's like, yes, we all know how to play. Yes, we know how to play these songs, but now we have to be comfortable together in the same room doing it.
That's exactly it. And Robbie could tell you that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all about, if you're not comfortable, then it doesn't work. You either works or it doesn't work. And again, it's knowing it's not the capabilities, but it's the groove. All right. And again, the first day, you're kind of feeling each other out. You're feeling the songs. A piano player is, remember, piano is actually a percussion instrument, right?
It is?
Yes.
Because the hammer hits the string?
Yes, exactly.
That makes it percussion.
The dynamics, and we didn't have a bass player. So without a bass player, it's me and the piano player, which is hard to hear because he was using a real baby grand piano. So it's hard to really put that up loud in the monitors because of feedback. And then there's the guitar player. So we're all trying to connect, and it's hard at the beginning because I'm not used to playing with a pianist, and then a rockabilly guy.
And you're on the other side of the stage. It's not even like you could have eye contact with them right next to one another.
Right, because I was the opposite corner. So
Two questions. Question number one: why would you not be on the same side as the rest of the instruments? Is that just like a visual presentation thing? And two, why no bass? I don't understand that.
Number one, so you could see the Danzig letters, right? Mm-hmm. And number two, no bass. Glenn didn't record the album with bass. The only song that has bass on it is Fever.
Oh.
That was his interpretation of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it worked out fine. I like to think of myself as a drummer. I'm a meat and potatoes guy. I'm pretty straightforward. I don't need a lot of, fancy schmancy bullshit because it's not what it's about. It's right. It's like some of the best drummers keep time. It's a timekeeper. I'm not the guy from Rush.
In the pocket.
What I ever want to be. That's not my thing. But for the Elvis thing, it was more of. That show was more about, for the drums, it was more about dynamics than anything. Oh. Parts where you had to come up and parts where you played back.
I noticed you did that especially on like one night as opposed to what's on the record. With the build-up. Yeah, I mean the transitions from the verse.
Well, you got to come out and be a little strong.
Yeah.
But I used different size sticks on different songs, and probably most people didn't even realize that. But I had like 3 different size sticks because they give you 3 different feels.
Wow.
And I had the rods, and I had plastic rods. And again, they're all to give different dimension. You can't do a song like Is It So Strange playing a drumstick on a cymbal. It would overpower. So I used a plastic brush on the cymbal and a light drumstick for the side stick. So I had 3 different size sticks and then 2 different brushes and 2 different size rods. Again, and that's why on the drum head, why I wrote that, and I wrote which rods I needed because, again, in those 2 days of rehearsals, I realized, okay, during the dinner it was actually London brought in some of these other sticks, and I'm like, yeah, this will work. I went over to the music store the next day, and the Arby's trip, Chris.
Yeah.
And
where is
bought
he
all
at?
these different ones and figured out, okay, this is going to work best here, because it's all about dynamics with that band. It's not a rock show. This was Danzig Sings Elvis, and it's like I said, it's all about dynamics.
So, question: how do you come to that decision to use this versus this? You're like, this song is really sort of broad and powerful, so I'm going to use something that's more broad and powerful, or you, as you said, dynamics, which would make me infer that it's the opposite? You'd use something lighter for something heavier, or something heavier for something lighter?
Here's the stick bag that I haven't put away yet.
Okay.
Now, if we look at, this is
break it
one
down.
of the sticks. These are rods.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one size. Then there's another size. Then there's thick sticks, and then this is a thick stick, right?
Yeah.
Then there's thinner sticks. So you gotta pick your pick what you're going to use, depending on the dynamics of the song. Not every song was like a Misfit song or a Danzig song. There's highs and lows of all those songs. So I had to figure that out fast. And that's what I did.
Like Fever has really heavy, like the drums are really showcased, so you would pick something very specific for that.
That I used these sticks right here. These were the pair.
Wow.
And on Baby Let's Play House, you could see the sticks, how they're kind of all bent from hitting the rim.
Right, you use the rim for certain sounds. Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
So